Well, hello and welcome to this time of thinking for influence and success. I'm Brooke Reinl, and today we want to talk about the next piece of the motivation level of influence. To continue motivating people and building better teams and energy, morale and results, you need to have faith in people because most people don't have faith in themselves. An influencer has faith in people. When I was first starting out in my work, I had a couple of situations where I needed some encouragement and some patience and the belief of my leadership and my ability to grow and adjust to those immediate challenges. It was a new arena for me, and I was only able to work through the struggle of those moments and use them for growth because my leaders had faith in me. I learned a lot about what faith in a person can do through that experience, and I've tried to use the same philosophy with the people I've had the privilege to lead over the years. When you have faith in people, it creates a way forward because fear is not an inhibitor, and failure is not fatal or final. This really opens people's lives to give their best and allows them to learn from those mistakes, and they become the best they can be. We have faith in people because they're more valuable than assets. So let's talk about these 2 points. First of all, assets make things possible. Second of all, people make things happen. We're going to talk first about assets. Assets are stagnant unless people ignite them by their potential. My great aunt and uncle had a in-ground pool. We loved to go see them because of this pool. The deep end was 9 feet with a diving board. The shallow end was 3 feet. There was even a small pool 18 inches deep. And it was all in ground, in cement in the ground with a lining, and in our blue-collar, trade work, farming, and factory area, I didn't know of any other people who owned such a great asset. Not to mention the cool stuff that they had inside their large home, like that personal bubblegum machine that took pennies, and they had a mechanical riding horse that had to have come from like a department store or shopping mall. Now, I find it difficult to believe that my great aunt and uncle ever rode that horse or chewed a lot of bubble gum, dentures and all, but they rarely came outside when we were swimming. So I'm sure that those assets were not much good without us, right? So we gave those assets interest and value, and we helped make them worth having. Now, most of us have tools we don't use, beds we don't sleep in, capabilities and skills we rarely tap into. We have knowledge that we overlook all the time. And these assets are great, but they don't have any power in and of themselves. But having faith in people means we see them as more valuable than any material asset. While the assets open doors for opportunity, it's only the people that do something with the opportunity and have the power for growth. So let's talk about the second point. People make things happen. Any idea ever shared between 2 people that came into being is proof of this statement. Obvious example would be Orville and Wilbur Wright. They had probably limited assets in the beginning, but they had huge belief. They had huge faith, and they worked to see it materialize. They had some assets to begin with, but they had many more after applying the faith they had to the task. That big faith is what created the results and drew the assets to their potential. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Every person is entitled to be valued by their best moments." No matter how many rides or costumes or entertainment scripts or hotels or sunny days Disney has, it's only with thousands and thousands of quality cast members that their theme parks can exist and bring joy to so many people. In his book, Creating Magic, Lee Cockerell addresses this issue of believing in people and believing that they're the ones that make things happen when it comes to Disney's values. He says, when everyone matters and everyone knows he or she matters, employees are happy to come to work, and they're eager to give you their energy, creativity, and loyalty. What's the difference between 2 people with the same kind of desk, the same phone, the same work hours, the same kind of computer, the same support, but one accomplishes twice as much? Well, it's not the assets that they're using. The difference is in the person's motivation or understanding. They have faith in what they're doing. They believe in it. Now, once we wake up to the realization that it's people that matter the most, then we will have to check to see if our beliefs will allow us to put faith in people to see what's truly possible. Because it is kind of a big shift to go from having faith only in yourself and what you can accomplish to having faith in others. In leading others, there's 3 feelings that we can't possess. The first feeling we can't possess is fear. Because if we're afraid of people, we cannot confront them. It'll always feel like a win-lose situation to confront somebody we're afraid of. But if we have faith in people, then our confrontation is a win-win because we know that if we help them do better, we have served them in reaching their potential. Confronting someone when you have faith in them becomes a caring action and does not put you above that person. We only fear confrontation when we feel it won't result in cooperation. So in having faith in people, we can't possess fear. The second thing we can't possess is we cannot possess dislike, because if we dislike people, then we shouldn't lead them. Our motives will always be cynical toward that person, and our leadership is going to be tainted with discord if we dislike the people that we're leading. We've no doubt all had a teacher or a coach or a boss over the years that didn't like us, or that just didn't like people in general. Now, it felt like both of us were carrying out a sentence, serving time together. This is the most uninspiring, growth-stunting experience you can find when a leader dislikes the people. The third thing we can't possess to have faith in people is we can't possess contempt. If we look down on people, we will never value them. Contempt is a separator, and it tries to put people on different levels, and it kills leadership and productivity. This quote by Les Giblin says, "You can't make the other fellow feel important in your presence if you secretly feel he is a nobody." As you work to become a person of influence, always remember that your goal is not to get people to think more highly of you. It is to get them to think more highly of themselves. The best boss I ever had always made me think more highly of myself than I was accustomed to. He continually asked for what I thought. He always made it seem like my contributions were brilliant. And that gave me confidence and a lot of initiative as a team member. And I'll never regret working under his leadership. Most people don't have someone who has faith in them in this way. It has been said that a person can live 40 days without food, 4 days without water, 4 minutes without air, but only 4 seconds without hope. It's wonderful when the people believe in their leader, because it allows the leader to accomplish much. But it's more wonderful when the leader believes in the people. This inspires the people and allows the people to accomplish much more. It's like multiplying the leader exponentially when she believes in the people in the trenches. See, those borrowed beliefs, they can get someone started, but they really don't have power. They can't replace the learning model that brings a person into their own belief and self-conviction and faith. At one time, I borrowed the beliefs of others in order to go to school and to complete it, to ride a bike, to make it on my own. But eventually, I had to come to believe those things for myself, or I would still be living at home with no education and no way to get anywhere. We become outside what we believe inside. We can't fake it until we make it. We have to truly believe in others at our core. It's amazing what people can do when we let them know in a genuine way that we have faith in them. Lack of belief in people hurts both the leader and the people, because it creates distance that won't work and hurts the organization. The greatest gift a leader gives another person is to express belief in that person when that person doesn't believe in himself. When motivating people in this second level, nurturing people is like those water and nutrients of the soil. But having faith in people is like the vision and anticipation of the fruit that is about to be produced. So, who do you need to immediately have faith in that could really use it right now? Who do you know, family, organization, and your team, that you could immediately go and put your faith in because they could really use it? Now, before the end of the day, I'd like to just challenge you to send a quick message telling that person or those people about something they did where you saw them shine or show potential. And then make it a weekly practice early in the week, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, to do this every week to someone, for someone. If you don't have anything to build their faith, then ask them what their biggest goals for this year are, and then reinforce their ability to accomplish those goals. If they still can't answer that question, then ask what they see as their biggest accomplishment in life so far, or what their biggest contribution to the organization or family or team has been. And you can take their own sight of their success, their own faith in what they have accomplished, and then use that to encourage them to continue making those steps. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today, and I hope it's been helpful. Let's go make today count as we build influence and success.